I just have a huge amount of gratitude to the Surf Simply team. I think that every person who works here has a heart of gold. I love it here. This is a place I will continue to come back to. Second time, can't wait to come back a third time, can't wait to come back 10 times.
This was the Ritz-Carlton of surf camps. You got to come try it, and I'm going to recommend it to a bunch of people because it's unbelievable experience.
The level at which it has exceeded expectations. Like I'm not sure if I will ever do anything like this again unless I come back here. So.
Had always wanted to surf as a kid, subscribed to Surfer Magazine, living in Salt Lake City, Utah, long way from the Guinea coast, and about 5 years ago decided to actually get serious about surfing. Got a call from a friend. He had an extra slot at Surf Simply and thought, okay, maybe it's time to get a little help. Didn't know what to expect, didn't have a real high expectation level that this would be a great experience, but been a total surprise.
So Mike calls me up one day and says, let's go to Costa Rica and you ought to come down and learn how to surf. I'm learning how to surf from a guy who doesn't know how to surf. So it's been a little bit of a journey, but we're getting there, and this has been a great experience.
Barely ever been on a surfboard before, literally maybe one time. So wanted to start it off on the right foot. Everything I read told me, the tree of knowledge, etc., was the way forward, and that getting that kind of foundation was going to be, the best way. So that's exactly what I did.
I've been on a board for the last 4 months, thinking I was level 2, not even close to level 2 getting here. I wanted to give myself a gift, and I just thought, here's a place where I could go and maybe learn, and it just blew my expectations out of the water.
I've been surfing for just over 10 years. Being from a landlocked state, it's hard to get surfing much, so most of my surfing has been with the crew here at Surf Simply. I think this is my 13th time at Surf Simply. Lucky number 13.
My highlight of the week, the first of all, is to experience Surf Simply with other guests and seeing, Costa Rica back with tourists and still in a very safe environment. I think the conditions were unbelievable this year. We had a really good swell. Today, actually, we had offshore most of the day.
Being able to have this compound and feel very safe, quick access to the beach, the stretch classes, all the other education, anything, fresh coconuts when you want them, food, drinks, it's just so easy.
Oh, the power in my turns looks so much better. Like just getting my arm placement right, it's notable.
I knew prior to this week nothing about the ocean, nothing about a surfboard or anything. So I would say an achievement was getting out into the unbroken area and being able to learn how to catch a wave from out there.
I'm a dedicated attendee of the stretch classes. I think Andre does a great job. I had 2 massages this week, right in the middle of the week, and it loosens you back up and it regenerates you, and it makes you feel like you can get through another couple of days of surfing.
Probably getting up on the first wave, since we haven't surfed. That was pretty exciting. But a close second would just be the friendships we've made here. We didn't know anybody coming here. We're leaving here with some friends that we'll definitely hang out with outside of the Surf Simply crew.
But it was just nice to even see others evolving. It just kind of pushes me to go beyond my own, what I think are my own limits, and trying something new.
You can come by yourself and it's okay. And I already knew a couple of people from previous trips, and it's good to see them again.
We really had an amazing group that we were with, and I felt like everybody was very cohesive and fun and encouraging to each other, which has been our experience every time, but this year, or this time, has been especially so.
Down.
Coaching method here is spectacular. They video you, and so you can see after your lesson how well you're doing. You can see what mistakes you're making, and then go back in the afternoon and try to correct those mistakes.
The tree of knowledge is all of the things that you have to pick up. And so this breaks it down so explicitly and clearly. That in combination with theory sessions where you go over the videos of you surfing, I mean, it's sort of mind-blowing. It's like we can go through each wave that you rode, see what you did right and what you did wrong and how that relates to the tree of knowledge.
The foundational approach they take to it, to me, makes a lot of sense. It creates an environment where you can then go to the next maneuver. It's not about learning the fanciest trick. It's no, you need to learn these 3 or 4 or 5 skills, and then that will lead you into the next maneuver or the next trick.
It's just the level of detail and the way we did drills in the whitewater to kind of really master each technique and then take it out back and take it on the unbroken waves. And it covers everything. It's not just about how are you standing, but also how are you reading the waves, how are you dealing with etiquette in the water. So it really covers everything.
I would say my highlight for the week was being out with everyone surfing at sunrise and watching and celebrating everyone's waves and seeing that golden light with the tropical rainforest. It's the most beautiful thing you can see.
I caught some really nice waves that gave me highs in the water, and also the sunset surf was just insane, seeing the reflection of the red sun in the waves. It was just amazing.
I'm most proud of angling takeoffs in the D section of the wave.
I'm thankful that Surf Simply is able to open during the COVID period. It's definitely been a trying time for everybody, and they kind of give this little oasis. They run a really nice, clean, tight ship. They're very conscientious of what's going on in the world and trying to give us a safe environment. I appreciate that, and it's nice to take your mind off of that and have a little respite from the stresses of life right now.
You are in the water for at least 4 to 5 hours a day, and taking care of your body during the week is something that Surf Simply takes such thought and care into. Andre's classes in stretching were amazing. Crystal's massages, I want to follow her anywhere. And yeah, the whole program Surf Simply puts together is just, there's nothing like it.
Every time you come here, you get to experience new people, and that's part of the joy. And they all bring something special to the group. And this group in particular was really fun. I mean, I feel like it was just such an eclectic group, and there were so many different abilities and levels, and we were all just out in the water laughing.
You get to meet people from all different professions all over the country, especially in such a challenging time, that are looking and dedicated to become better at surfing, but have so many other interests in their lives. And so I'm leaving here. I came here a group of strangers, and I'm leaving here with a ton of friends.
Well, for me, especially my brain as an ICU nurse, I really love a stepwise approach. And so for me, if you can break things down to the nitty-gritties, it's so much easier to focus on one step at a time and then to link them together.
The way they film everything really, really helps, and you can actually look at yourself and see what's going on. They can give you really detailed, specific feedback. And I think that having a second surf after theory is a really good method, because then you can apply it.
last day, I was able to carve some, fully unbroken waves. I would never have guessed that was possible.
Can't say how amazing it's been. It's so incredible. The coaching, the food, the conditions, the resort here is awesome.
As I got into the cab from Liberia, the cab driver said something, "Oh, the Surf Simply people are sumamente professional." And I thought to myself, sumamente, what does that mean? Oh, highly professional. And that was a great way to describe this whole week.
I think that's a perfect word for it, is professional. And it made us feel confident. Their professionalism gave us a confidence during the week that we really needed. So thank you, Surf Simply. That was a great week.
At Surf Simply, you might have a little bit of trepidation perhaps, a little bit of nervousness. There's absolutely no need. You are looked after as soon as you come through the gate. It's incredibly conducive to making friends and forever friends as well.
It's almost like a boot camp. They're going to whip you into shape and they're going to drill you and get you to do certain things and do it the right way. And they're basically training you, and it's all so that you can have a good time, not get hurt, not be in danger.
It is like the pinnacle of everything that's being taught about surfing and cuisine and friendships. So if you want to be enlightened and you want to reach the pinnacle of surf education, come to Surf Simply.
The food was amazing. I mean, they kept on every day, the variation, the things, we didn't repeat. I mean, with all different tastes, amazing, unbelievable.
It's challenging to explain exactly what each meal is because it's so unique. It's so full of flavor and freshness and health, and
it's very local, it's very fresh, it's on point with all of the menus that you see at the best restaurants around the world. And the staff who produce it, everyone, they are so friendly and they really want you to be happy with what they're making.
Session went great. I learned a ton. I learned a lot about footwork. I work the whole body working together, trying to get it right. The coaches were great. Great location for learning.
It was just it was literally to actually surf. And I had significant doubt given my lack of experience. I didn't know if it was going to happen. And so when it happened, I was like, unreal.
I couldn't believe how much theoretical and practical knowledge I was able to integrate. It's a great mixture and great balance of theory and feedback and experience, and it worked perfectly.
It was an amazing time. Got to surf, meet great people, eat amazing food, stay in an amazing place. Pura vida.
What he said. Pura vida.
Up in Huntington Beach and spent a lot of time in the water bodyboarding, but at that time there weren't women that were surfing. Over the years I had moved away from the beach. I was living in Texas, and as I was coming back each summer to visit, noticed more and more women involved in surfing, and when I moved back to California, got really excited about the opportunity to join all those people.
What brings us back to Surf Simply? Surf Simply. The water, the coaching, the whole approach to surfing, the hospitality, the food, everything about it is, I don't think you could beat it anywhere in the world at any price. this is the #1 destination.
Nancy and I have surfed together in roughly the same level, and then when she would come back from the surf camps here, she was much better than me, and I wanted to stay at the same level and increase my skill level.
We've long heard of Surf Simply through friends of ours and have been on waitlists of waitlists. Got a really sweet opportunity to all join together this week with some friends and some others in town, and so stars aligned.
My friend Sachin has been a big fan of Surf Simply for a while, and the opportunity came up to come join for a week, and I jumped at it. Really excited about it.
When I was a teenager, I surfed like maybe once, and I started to get serious, about almost 20 years ago, like 15, 20 years ago. I got the opportunity to start coaching a high school surf team at my high school. And there's so much that I realized I didn't know that I really wanted to be able to come somewhere where I could kind of figure out where I had gone wrong and how to correct those things, and then really how to be able to then pass that along to the kids that I'm helping out.
Surf Simply is adventurous vacation, first-rate coaching. The accommodation is spectacular. They really know what they're doing. I have to say it's like my favorite best vacation ever.
And to see we have breakfast, and then we're gonna have a couple hours of surfing, and then I'm gonna get a massage, just to have that all out there for you is just a dream. You don't have to think about anything. They give it to you, and
except surf.
Right. Right.
It's a place to work hard, get lifted up with the support to not only just go out and work hard, but come back. We're going to take care of you. We're going to ensure that you're comfortable.
This could literally be the best place for a brand new aspiring surfer to go to in order to learn how to surf as quickly as possible.
So it's the people, it's the food, it's the coaching, it's where you're at on the planet. It all just comes together, and it's like no other experience.
Oh, the food's fantastic. Every meal is just a treat.
If you're into Michelin rated food, over-portioned and served like no other meal, then you might want to come here.
I'm pescatarian, and I've never been fed so well. The fish tacos today were amazing.
Oh, the guy's an artist. The mixing of flavors, the tartness and the salty, and he's got everything he put in front of us was just, I can't stop eating this.
Coming into this, I really didn't have a good foundational background, and these folks at Surf Simply have really got it all mapped out and simplified. It was super helpful to learn a routine, the basics of how to do things.
Just a humongous thank you to everyone here, all the staff. We just love coming here, and we can't wait to come back.
Surf Simply, we love you all.
Thank you to everyone, from the coaching staff to the groundskeepers to the kitchen. Truly a wonderful experience all around.
This was the most fantastic week I've ever spent on a vacation anywhere. It was so fantastic. Thank you to everyone, to Rue and the crew, and Will, you were amazing. Thank you so much.
But what really did happen was sort of this whole new vista of surfing for me to practice in and play in was opened up. And that's fantastic. I can't wait to go back home and just keep practicing and expanding my skills in this new area.
I think the thing that I'm most proud of is that I really pushed myself to the limits because I wanted to. And like I said, I learned something all the time.
I want to go home and I want to work on what I've been working on here and get better and come back and keep progressing, keep getting better.
You wanted to know how to surf and you had zero experience, never even put a foot on a surfboard. I recommend Surf Simply pronto because by the end you're at least going to be catching unbroken waves.
It was just incredible experience all the way around.
It was fantastic. You should come.
You should come to Surf Simply.
It's incredible. There's not many businesses run this well that I've experienced. It's been great. It's something I'll always remember and appreciate and carry with me forever.
I love the Surf Simply experience. It's amazing, and I can't wait to get back.
I guess just like a big thank you to the whole team. It's
Yeah,
such a blast.
no, as always, it's been superb. It's been a great week.
We will come back. We always will come
Yeah,
back.
for sure.